Welcome, everybody, and hello from the AUSNZ Community Podcast. This is going to be a great episode. We have a really cool guest who's won his ride to be in the podcast. He is a New Zealand player for the AUSNZ community, which is even better. We'll introduce him in just a minute. Firstly, welcome to Pete and JR.
G'day, everybody, and
Hello.
thank you for listening.
Yes.
We are here once again.
We will try and keep this episode PG-13 plus. I don't
We did try last time; it just got a little out of hand.
Progressively more and more out of hand. And in that, welcome to the podcast, Codak. It's been a long time watching you disappear in front of me in daily events. It's been a long time watching your lines and going, how the hell did he do that? And then watching it with no parts and going, holy crap. Codak plays on sAUSNZges. He's from New Zealand. Welcome to the podcast, Codak. Congratulations on the daily event cup win. Welcome. Hello.
Hello, thank you for having me.
It's our
Thank
pleasure.
you.
It's our pleasure. It's really good to have someone on here from New Zealand. And like I said in the intro, watching your time attacks is frustrating at best. But definitely learned a fair bit from your lines and all that sort of stuff over the years. So just before we get into a little bit more about you, we'll just break off and do our little bits. You're welcome to comment on our little bits. You will be part of my little bit because we're going to be talking about the podcast test track, which you've had a go with already. You are the first, but you won't be the last. So who wants to start?
Oh, the pressure. Oh, I'm going to do it. Let's do it.
Okay.
Go Pete.
We're gonna do
Pete's events.
because
Yes.
we still haven't found a proper name for it.
It's Pete's public and team events.
He's going. All right, here we go. Go for your life, Pete.
I'm going to start off with team events, and I'm going to talk about the most recent, the newest event called Bandicoot Bill. I don't know why he didn't call it Crash Bandicoot.
Probably because Sony would come after us.
I haven't had much of a go with it, so I'm just going to go with what has been suggested by others. 4-track event. The first track is a no-fuel forest run, and the vehicle suggested is to use the tractor with wheelie boost, coin boost, and fume boost. To get a 15k score, you need to get a 900-meter run, which I don't know about you guys. I'm getting around 600.
600 meters. Really. How much score is that? I never look at the meters. I always just look at the score numbers.
The 600 meters is around 7,000.
Oh, okay. That's not bad.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
It's not too bad. Track 2 is Cliffside Way Uphill Cup. I don't know why it says row 9 left. I don't know what that's about. Anyway, the suggested vehicle is Beast with thrusters, wings, and magnet. This is one that has like a little bit of a dip at the start, so you got to thrust over that, try to land in a smaller dip with coins in it, and that just boosts you up over the next bit, and then collect the fuel as you go with the magnet. It's a bit of a
So-
tricky one.
Do you
But
go
it's-
over or under the second bit?
Over, I think it was.
Over the second bit. Okay,
Yeah.
it's interesting because I've been using the supercar
Yeah.
with start boost, wings, and afterburner.
How does that go getting over the first dip?
Well, if you drop the air brake to
Yeah.
about 4, and you get
Very
a good
careful.
start boost, it'll get you over the dip, and you basically land on the downhill of the other side of the dip.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I can do that. I've done that repeatedly. If you have a look at if you want to go into the game, you can have a look at my current record on that track, and it's with the supercar, so you can see the run. You can see the line.
Excellent.
but
I might have to have a look at that.
But I don't go over at the end. I go through, and that's slowing me down a little. So, because otherwise you can use overcharged turbo, and that will hit you through that bridge just before the overbit, and you can go over the top. But I'm getting almost the same time as the people going over the top, going through the middle.
Yeah, nice. So track 3, I'm using the supercar with jump shots. What do you call them? Start boost and afterburner.
Yep.
And that one is a downhill mines track.
Yep.
So that one you just sort of have to hit and hope.
Yeah, not hit your head.
Yeah, not hit your head. Air brake 17 is recommended, so if that's possible, you can do that. Track 4 is a cargo run. The suggested vehicle is the monster truck with afterburner, wings, and coin boost.
Yep.
Yes, that's basically what I'm using. And yeah, I'm glad that everybody else is using it. For a 15k score, you need to get 5 seconds, which is impossible.
What's your overall score?
At the moment, my score is very low because I've only
Yep.
had 1 or 2 attempts at it.
Yeah. Cool.
But the pros are getting in the 30s. So yeah, I don't know if I mentioned 10 seconds to get a 15k score for both track 2 and track 3.
Yep.
Yeah. Let's move on to public events. The public event at the moment is called Off-Road Offside, and it is a soccer/football themed event where you have to hit the soccer ball into the goals. And it's a time attack.
Yep.
10 tracks available, and I've got all the records here if you want me to go through them. Like the world records.
Up to you, mate.
All right, so track 1, or whatever you call it, bounce 1, I don't know. 7.9 seconds. Number 2 is 6.14. 3 is 5.51 seconds. 4 is 9.65 seconds. 5 is 8.18 seconds. And 6 is 5.55. 7 is 5.06. 8 is 8.16. 9 is 5.49, and 10 is 8.04 seconds.
What's the most common car in all that?
The most common car is the same setup for everyone, and it is Superbike with start boost, afterburner, and coin boost.
Oh, Superbike.
It is actually really good with the Superbike because you headbutt it.
Oh, okay. Because I
Yeah.
was using the bus, thinking you use the whole front of the bus,
I thought that too.
and it rolled
doesn't
over
work.
it rolled over the top of the bus.
Yeah. I
As if
thought,
the bus,
bigger vehicle would be better, but it's not.
No, but like it rolled over the top of the bus. The ball went through the roof. It glitched and and rolled over
Hmm.
through the roof, which was a bit weird. Anyway,
The second best time vehicle is the supercar. So that's a
Okay.
completely flat car.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
you're
yeah.
using a different setup. So start, boost, afterburner, and roll cage.
Yep. Okay. Cool.
Yeah. A lot of them are lucky runs. I'm sure of
Yeah,
it.
yeah. It's more arse than class.
Mm.
Sorry.
So that is my public events. On to
All right.
you, whoever's next.
Go for you. Go
It's
for it,
me.
JR. Yeah.
Yeah, so actually I haven't gotten the VIP yet, so I haven't had the chance to make my own um what do you call this?
Back.
Sorry. Track. Yeah, I haven't tried making anything yet. So all I've tried was what Blue Marble posted in the Club of Leaders channel.
Yes.
And I have tried, of course, the podcast test track, which I
Yep.
haven't finished. but I but I truly enjoyed the Blue Marbles track. Okay.
Yeah, Blue Marbles
So for
track was very
this,
good actually. I was going to talk about
yeah,
it, but yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So for this podcast episode, I went into the HillClimb Racing Discord server and
Yep.
into the track channel and into the staff pick sub channel.
Yep.
Okay, so I went and saw three staff picks tracks. So I tried them,
Yep.
which I really liked, and I saw that there were a lot of thumbs up and a few thumbs down, of course. But the one that I liked the most was it was posted by FS Sala. It says 37 week week 37 staff pick is the Hot Wheels by Gunmar. And the description is it's a sweet little track with a good thought put into it.
Yep.
Okay, I just checked the
That was the second
sorry.
one, wasn't it? That was the second track posted, wasn't it?
It's the latest one that was
Oh, the
posted in the
latest one.
channel.
I
Mm-hmm.
haven't tried that one yet. I'll have to have a look.
You have, yeah. So I tried it a while ago, and it was very similar to Mines, right? And it is actually 1 kilometer track,
Yep.
and yeah. So and he was able to put different aspects into the track, like the lava, and there were a lot of falls, and I mean you fall into different parts of the track, and then some rise, and it's really refreshing, you know.
Yeah. Different. Yep.
Yeah, it's different and refreshing. That's what I could describe it as. Okay, so and okay, looking into the hold on, how do I go into the um okay, leaderboard? So okay, there you go. So all time leaderboard, and what the record that holds on this track is the player's name is the Void with the flag from Brazil, and he's used the rotator, and he got a 49 seconds time. So it's very cool. And so yeah, that's it. Have you guys tried any of this staff pick tracks?
I haven't tried the staff picks tracks,
Mm-hmm.
but I've done the Blue Marble Contain Yourself track, and I'm top 3, so I'm pretty happy with that.
Oh,
Codak,
wow.
can you please not do that track because I want to stay in the top 3.
I shall try and avoid that one.
Let him have the
Maybe-
record. Let him.
Yeah, maybe do it with, I don't know, the mono wheel or something. I don't know.
Your worst vehicle.
Yeah, the worst vehicle WVA instead of EVA. No. Anyway. So all good.
I have not tried that Eva. I tried his ships don't fly track.
Oh, really?
Blue,
Really?
yeah, Blue Marbles ships don't fly track. And checking on the all time, it's Toretto
Oh,
with the
cool.
muscle car. Yeah, he
Yeah,
holds
yeah.
the record with the muscle car for 13 seconds, 13.718 seconds,
Yep.
which
Well,
is very
Yeah.
Toretto did come second on the Boulder Cup, so that makes a lot of sense.
Oh,
That makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
yeah, that's
He
great. That's
kind of
great.
knows what he's doing. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just a
Mhm,
little
mhm.
bit, yeah.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
But
No.
the irony is on the podcast track, I'm
You
at the
haven't finished
lowest
it.
end because I haven't finished. I haven't finished this goddamn
Oh
track.
God.
I'm so
Just
sorry. I have to say that.
I'll give you a hint. I'll give you a hint, JR.
What?
Rally car, wings, overcharged turbo, and tires.
Well, you have to have
Okay,
tires on. It's a car.
okay.
Yeah.
I'll give it a
Wings,
go
wings and
because
tires. Give it a
I'll
try.
give it. I'll give it
Um,
a try because I love you so much. But I cannot promise anything. And don't fire me from the podcast if I couldn't really finish it.
no. That's all right. That's all right.
I'm just Oh gosh. Well, anyway, how about you, Pete? Did you have any like very the track that you like the most that you have tried so far?
Yeah, I've tried the two first ones. So the first
Mm-hmm.
one that Reese posted called Short Tech 001
Yeah.
by TFM2.
Mm-hmm.
That's the one where Reese posted his own personal challenge with the bus.
Yeah.
So I was actually the first person to beat the challenge with the bus, so I was
Ah.
pretty happy about that. And I've also tried the second one that SJ posted, the Venice's
Uh-huh.
Madness by
Yeah.
Boducks.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's cool too, right? It's similar to the
that's another
city
good
track.
one. Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
nice
yeah,
fun one.
yeah.
I haven't
They're all
tried the
nice,
third
yeah.
one though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you give it a go when you have time.
Yes, I'll have to
So
definitely.
yeah. So
Well, all right. Well, so we talked about this or last episode. We said that we were going to have a podcast test track. We were going to get other people to start using it and have a bit of play with it. The week has caught up very quickly because we're recording this only a week after we did the Hulkster episode because of timing issues and stuff. But Codak has had a run. I won't spoil it too much. He used the CCEV with Kanga setup. Has done a 107. We
I thought you
will.
weren't going to spoil it.
No. Just. Oh, sorry. This is the first time I've done this. All right. I can spoil this all I like because I've done.
yes, yes.
I have no plan with this at the moment. It's not working at all. So I won't spoil this. I'll start again. Codak has had a run on the track. Being the first person who's never seen it, we will post a video of his replay. So anybody who is listening to this on YouTube will be able to see the video. If you are listening to it on Spotify, unfortunately, you're going to have
You'll
to go
have
to
to check
YouTube.
out the YouTube, yeah.
You have to go to the YouTube video to actually see it. We'll probably let Codak talk his way through it. And it is a bit of a fun track. It's a kilometre long, but what did you think of the track, Codak?
It's a good track. Who made this track?
I did.
Yeah.
I had a bit of a play with some traps and some other bits and pieces, and yeah. What was your thought? You've done it 5 or 6 times. What vehicle did you start with?
I've only tried the CC at the moment.
Oh, okay, all right. CCEV, not knowing what you were getting into, going into it straight away with CCEV, and what setup did you use?
Jump shocks, wings, and landing boost.
Kanga setup. Oh, nice. Okay, interesting. I reckon.
Just trying to perfect it at the moment.
Yeah, I think there's going to be some people who will probably use Kanga a lot. and Kanga may be the quickest way, but we shall see. I didn't litter it with lots of fuels on purpose, and I didn't litter it with lots of coins on purpose, and I've put little traps here and there all over the place. I will say, if you fall into a trap, you can drive out of it. So they're not death traps; they're just traps.
The speed
So
trap.
yeah, they're speed traps. They're made. There's a couple of speed traps in lots of little places. You land in a certain spot, and if you're not prepared for it, you end up hitting something and stopping you dead, which is really cool. I had a lot of fun.
It's not cool. It's actually really annoying.
I know, but I had a lot of fun with those. I had a lot of fun with those, and I must say, it took me about 10 or 11 tries with Super Diesel Kanga to finish it properly, and then start getting some numbers up on the screen.
Mhm.
So yeah, very cool. Okay, so I'm gonna watch the run. I'm gonna watch the run, and then press play on this recording, and then you'll see it on the screen, and I will talk through his run. And in future episodes, we'll get the other hosts to do the same, just for a bit of fun. So I'm going to watch his run now. And Codak has missed the first. Yep, done a really good job with Kanga. Across the rope bridges, over the sand trap, over the tire. He is doing a really good job with the water, missing the water. Yep. Great job missing the next sand. Under the logs. There's a couple of ways to go over that. I really love that jump you've done to land in that spot. Going under the next log. Getting stuck in the sand a little bit. And then my trap. Sorry. I thought it was a really good spot to put that trap. And now coming over and then into the sand. It's a long, long sand trap. And over the log and across the line. Well done. Well done. So he's done it in 1:07.694. He's on the top of the leaderboard currently, but we are going to open up the track now to past people who've been on the podcast. And I would prefer that if you are doing the track as a guest, to not share the link with anybody, because we want it to be a bit of a surprise for people when they see it the first time they play it. So yeah, thank you for doing the test track. And I suppose I can now welcome you properly to the podcast and start to ask you some questions about your history with the game and how you got started, and
The good stuff.
all the good stuff, all the real good stuff, and then we'll get on to the daily event, and how you got involved with that as well. So tell us a bit about yourself, Codak.
It's not a lot to know, really.
How about we'll start with what got you playing the game? How did you start playing the game?
I think during school, most people played this game, meaning about 10 years ago
Yep.
when I was around 16.
Yep. And you're playing what, HillClimb Racing 1, the original game.
No, this one, I think.
Okay.
I don't think this one was out 10 years ago, was it?
Started in 2018.
Okay, maybe it was the first one.
Yeah.
I just remember on Moon.
Oh yeah. Yep. Making lots of coins on Moon.
Mm.
Yeah, that was the original one. With the motocross doing
Flips.
flips, lots of flips, lots and lots and lots of flips. And
having a flipping good time.
Mhm. Mhm.
did you and obviously you moved to HillClimb Racing 2. What teams were you on, before you got to SAUSNZges now?
When I first joined, I was in the Mutineers team,
Oh, cool.
and it was a good team in that, but I was just getting higher scores than them and felt like I needed to move up to a better team.
Yep. So did you move straight to SAUSNZges or Team 1, or did you work your way up through the teams?
Yeah, I got the invite.
Ah, cool. So who was the first leader that brought you across?
Not too sure.
Not too sure.
Was it Nubs, or was it Dreddy, or was it? I think Murray was leader for a bit.
Maybe Lopez?
Oh, cool. Yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe.
nice.
Yeah, that's showing some age then. Yeah, you've been in Team 1 for a long time then.
Few years.
Yep.
Hmm.
Yeah. And you've always put up amazing scores. I remember the time that I was on Team 1 with you, just watching your lines, and it was before you could watch your own team's lines. So I never got to see your lines. I got to see everybody else's lines from the other team. But no, yeah. So how often do you play the game? How many times a day do you play the game?
Not as much these days.
Yep.
A couple of years ago, I wasn't working. I was off work on an injury.
Yep.
So I played most of the time.
Yep.
I spent a lot of that time playing cup mode.
Yep.
JR would be
Did
happy about that.
a million points.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, very cool. Very cool. So, and then,
How did you get into the daily competition?
I think it's just my competitive side.
Yep.
Trying to improve my records and see how far you can take the time down.
Yeah. So before daily comps, were you doing a race special and going into the daily cup maps and doing them on your own, or were you always on the daily board doing whatever track was served up to you?
Well, as of recently, I have just started maxing out all my parts, so
Oh,
I
cool.
didn't play all the dailies as much back then.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
besides the new parts and maybe the beast, it's all maxed.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. No, very cool. Very cool. So
How many nitros have you maxed?
I haven't maxed any nitros. I've just got a couple on level 2.
Yeah,
Yeah.
me
Okay.
too.
I'm still not convinced about Nitro at the moment.
I
I've
actually
You're just
used
waiting
it
for
on
the right
the
vehicle.
team event for
I've
my
used it
beast run.
I've used it a couple of times on Muscle Car because that's the
Uh-huh.
first decent vehicle I've got it on, and I'm not impressed. But it's level 2 at the moment, and I'm not impressed. So
Well, you just need to get better at it.
yeah, I do. I need to know. I need to know how to use it better.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll work on it. But no, that's cool. So you started doing the daily cups, and you were always pivotal in the no parts series because it basically leveled the playing field, which is a really great way of doing the daily cups.
That's my favourite. The
Yeah.
no parts.
Yeah. So what makes you such a good player with no parts is my question, because I've seen some of the lines, and you just it's just out there. How the hell do you get there? How do you do that?
Well, a lot of attempts could be needed.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you
Maybe
work out special tunes with your tuning parts, or you just keep them all max?
quite often just keep it max, and then someone else will discover a new tune, and I'll improve on that.
Yep.
Yeah, excellent.
Yep. Yeah. Because occasionally when watching the starts, you can see if a car is, soft in suspension or not,
Mhm.
and then just trying to work around from that. Very interesting. Very interesting. Well, I suppose congratulations on winning the daily comp. It was two parts. It was 7 tracks, 7 cars with parts, and 7 tracks, 7 cars without parts. I never got to watch your line too often because by the time I'd start to play, it was always late in the day, and I had about 25 people to get past before I could see your line. But there was a couple of mornings I started early, and got to see your lines very early on. And I'm in awe. It's just amazing. The Bridges and Stones tracks. I was close to you on the Bridges and Stones tracks, and
Yeah, I actually set a personal best with no parts.
with no parts. Yeah, that was with the
Yeah.
motorbike. With the motorbike, yeah,
And with the racing truck on Bridges
and
and
with the race.
Stones.
Yeah. Because
That's crazy.
I did the same with my motorbike on the Bridges and Stones. I did the same. I did a PB as well, with no parts. So, yeah, very, very, very cool. Very, very, very cool. And I was just, okay, do that again, do that, start again, do that, start again, do that, start again. Just trying to follow. So yeah, congratulations, well done.
Yeah, some
I'm
of
just
them
gonna,
could be quite tricky.
Sorry, what was that?
Some of the tracks get quite tricky, and you have to compete in them if you want to stay in the competition.
Yeah, in the competition. Yeah. I missed the Moonlander completely. I was busy that day and missed the Moonlander completely. So
Otherwise, you
that
would have won.
no.
no.
I
I've
was
actually got the leaderboard here. If you guys wanted to hear the top 5.
yeah, please.
First, obviously, Codak with 1,198 points.
Hang
from
on,
Team SNZ.
1,198.
Yep.
Okay,
Uh,
just let me digest that. 1,009. Say that again. 1,098.
1,198.
1,198 divided by 14. He averaged 85 points a track.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you want to know? Do you want to know your total points, Eva?
No, that's fine. No.
522.
Yeah, I didn't do too well.
Yeah, I'm way below you, so I'm not even going to mention. Second place is Toretto.
Yep.
With 1,079 points.
Yep. That's a big jump. Yep.
It is. And we were lucky enough, like we created our own little team called Podcast Crew, and Toretto jumped on the Podcast Crew, which
We
bumped
won!
up our
Yay! No, sorry.
teams. Yeah, that was good. Third position is NOF Norfolk from Norse Fury with 1,059 points, so that was pretty close.
Yeah, it's pretty close. Yeah.
Fourth position is Crown 240 from Trey Kroner.
Yep.
With 980. And
Yep.
fifth place is Karma 78 from Swedish Power 2 with 938 points.
Oh, that's cool. That's very cool. That's very cool. So,
And
go on. Sorry.
all the way down at 54th place is AUSNZ Pete with 409 points.
Well, I'd
You
like to
can't win them all,
say,
mate.
well, yeah, you can't win them all, Pete. No, I'd like to say again, congratulations to Codak for winning that. That was that's a huge jump between.
Definitely.
How many first places did you get?
That's a great question.
There was a few.
There was a
There was
few.
more than anybody else.
I was hoping someone may have had an answer to that, but
no, sorry.
no,
I could work it out, but I just need a little bit more time.
no, that's all right. That's all right. But what I did want to say was a special thanks to all the people on the daily server who made that possible, actually running the comp. Big shout out to Nubis.
Yes, thank you, Nubs, for collaborating with us. That was
and
really nice.
and also I'm just going through the admins chat. The other people that were involved were SP Jean, Moff BR. Well done to all of you for doing a really great comp. The mix of cars was really cool, and as always, quite well run. So if you are listening and you want to join the AUSNZ daily run server, we do a comp probably once a month, but not for a full month. Please come over and join. We'll put up some links in our description in both of the channels, and you can have a listen and have a play and join the fun, because it's not just fun, it's also learning the tracks, getting better at them. So yeah, great.
And using a vehicle that you wouldn't normally use on the track. The amount of times that I had a vehicle that was in the daily that I haven't actually used on that track before.
Yep.
Yeah, yep. It was pretty crazy.
Yeah. Well, it's funny you say that. Sundown Cup. Sunburnt Cup. The one we were talking about on the last episode. The fastest time I had was with the chopper, and that was a daily cup.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
It was a daily cup win, or not win, but it was a daily cup track.
Personal best for yourself.
Personal best for myself with the chopper, not any other car, the chopper. So and that was all because of a daily comp. So
Pure determination.
learning to go over the top, learning to go through the middle. You do that on the daily comps. That's what makes them fun and informative as well.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing else matters when the daily comp's on, mate.
Oh, that's all that matters. Oh, look, when COVID was on, I can remember sitting and almost playing for an hour and a half solid of just daily comp play. Playing with, infinitesimally playing with the tunes and, bumping this or bumping that and having another 10 runs to see if that fixed anything. So yeah, no, very, very, very cool. So congratulations again, which brought us you on the podcast, which is even better. So yeah, Pete, do you have any questions you want to ask?
Not particularly. No, just general questions, as in like, where did the name Codak come from? Are you into your photography or anything like that, or is it just a name that you thought of?
No, I'm not into photography. My real name is Cody.
Okay.
So it's
that makes sense.
More of a nickname that all my friends call me.
Excellent.
But spelt with a C, because it's the wrong way around.
Mm-hmm.
As in, Pete said something about cameras, but Codak is
it's spelt the other way around. Yeah.
Well, so not everyone in New Zealand can spell.
So
I must be from New Zealand then.
So and how long have you been called Codak?
Oh, half my life, I'd say.
Oh wow! So
Mhm.
long
Is it
term.
is it like a sporting name? Like, do you play rugby or something like that?
Nah, just more of a name between friends.
Oh,
Okay.
nice. And you used it in the game just to make it a bit more personal.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. All right, JR, do you have anything you want to ask?
Yeah, I was just looking at your driver's license, and I wanted to ask, are you more of a cups player or an adventure player? Which one do you enjoy more?
I really enjoy adventure the most.
Yeah. Okay, very cool. But I must say this because I'm very impressed with your best season record. Your best season is 1,004,620 cup points.
Wow.
So which means you have dedicated time for 1 month to achieve this best season record. Do you remember when you achieved this?
Yeah, so that was when I had a broken tailbone and I pretty much just played all day.
Yeah. You played probably because I remember I mentioned this on the podcast that you have to play 3.5 legends in 1 day to be able to achieve 1 million cup points in a month.
Oh yeah, it took up most of the day.
Yeah, right. so so yeah, this is quite a very impressive an achievement. And I just checked your adventure rank. Okay, you are in global. You are 164, ranked 164, and in the local, your rank in local is you rank number two in the adventure mode.
Yeah, I used to be in the
Mhm.
top 50 about a year ago or something like that, maybe 2 years ago.
Yeah.
But now I'm back to work full time. I don't have as much time.
Yep.
Yeah.
Have you
Yeah.
played the new track?
Yeah, it's a hard one to get your head around.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
Mm.
But once you once you memorize the paths, it should be easier.
Yeah, well, that's going to take a long time.
Yeah.
My memory's not that good.
No, that's going to take.
Neither is my
Um,
skill to get the memory.
yeah. That's going to take a long
I'm on the
time.
same page. I'm on the same page with Pete and Eva.
Yeah, like you say, you got to play for hours every day to be the best at adventure.
Yeah, you do. You do. Yeah.
So yeah, very very good.
Alrighty. Well,
Mhm.
should we start with the community questions then?
Yeah. Hold on.
Who wants to start?
I'm just
Um,
going to the questions.
I've just noticed that Codak, while
Yeah.
talking to us, has run an even faster time on the test track
Oh, of course
with
he has.
What's his new time?
a minute,
With
a minute something, with the monster car
Muscle.
and jump shock. Yeah, Kanga set up again. Just missed one of the traps. Gets over that trap really well. Yep. So no, it's looking good. Looking good.
I want to get
Yeah.
the best time with every vehicle now.
Oh, what have I done?
go hold
What have I
go hold the
done?
record. Oh, go hold the record for the
Should
podcast.
we
That's right.
cap the amount of tries to like 10?
No. Look, I just like the fact that it's going to be a live leaderboard because I
Yeah.
think as people
Yeah.
as
It's
people
a really
start
nice
to
track.
It's fun, and it's got some pitfalls, and it can flow, and then just as you think it's flowing, you get slowed up by something, and
By a log that's ill-placed.
yes,
Or
yes.
a dip with a steep hill afterwards.
I didn't realize that when you put one of those logs on an angle, not straight, that it would swing by the time you get to it, and that's what makes those things not be in the right place at the right time, which I thought was really cool. So, yeah, no.
The more you
Anyway,
know.
there you go. He's done it in a minute flat, 0.436. So that's pretty cool. That's pretty
He
cool.
did say he reckoned he could get it under a minute. So let's see what happens after the end of the podcast.
Yeah. Well, one thing at a time, all right? One thing at a time. All right.
Anyone-
So, podcast community questions. Who wants to start?
I'll start off with my question.
Yes, perfect.
Yeah, Kodak. What are your other hobbies other than playing HCR2?
I guess working.
That's a good hobby. Good hobby to have.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I enjoy. I'm a ceiling installer.
Ah.
Interesting. Okay.
How is that on
Something
your back?
The back's okay. It's more the neck from looking up all day.
Shoulders and neck.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
Mm-hmm.
Well, by playing the game, you're doing the opposite of looking up.
Yes.
Down, yeah, so evening it out.
Evening it out. Yeah.
It's all about balance.
Mm-hmm.
It's all about balance. I always thought it was all about the first land.
It
Yes,
depends what you're
well.
talking about. Installing ceilings or hill climbing.
No, hill climb. We're on here talking about a hill climb.
Well, I don't really have many hobbies. Maybe cars. Got a few of them.
Yep.
A few? Could you name them?
Got a few Hondas.
Ah, okay.
Honda Accord, and got a Euro R Honda.
Yep. So the K series engines, yeah.
Yeah, K20.
K20s. Yep. Nice.
And then I've also got a turbo Subaru.
Oh, nice. What model?
It's a B4 Legacy.
Oh, even better. Man of my heart. I always wanted one of those.
It's all yours, mate.
What a generous offer.
You better go down to New Zealand, Eva.
Nice. Because I have a modern equivalent of that. I've got a GT Mazda 6 GT with a 2.5 litre turbo. That goes pretty well. But the B4 was always a much better car. 4-wheel drive system in that was amazing.
Yeah, well, it's actually converted to a single turbo.
Single turbo. Yep. Yeah. Cool. But it's still 4-wheel drive. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. No, they're an amazing car. They're an amazing car. And we never really got them here. I think they sold them for about 18 months in Australia, and we didn't get the upspec model. We got a downgraded model which didn't have as much power and all that sort of stuff. And they tried to fob us off with the Subaru Forester ST, which was just nowhere near the same. The B4 had a legendary status in Japan, and we never saw it here. It was a shame. No, very cool. What else do you have?
Also got a Holden Commodore.
Nice.
VY model.
VY. Yeah. 6-cylinder or 8?
Just a 6-cylinder.
Yep. Yeah. Oh, fuel over there is expensive, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm spending about $200 a week.
Yeah, I feel ya. I once had a VH Commodore. Bought it for $500, and I sold it for $300. And at the moment, they're going for about 20 grand.
Yeah. I don't even want to start on the cars that I've sold that I shouldn't have. Don't get me started. Don't get me
Yeah,
started.
they're a funny thing. It was an absolute piece of crap.
Yeah.
But they sell for a lot at the moment, so whatever.
Mm. Mm.
And is the Commodore the last car you have, or is there more?
There's more.
Oh, wow.
Keep going then. Keep going. Tell us
Yeah.
more.
Yeah.
Also got a little Nissan Bluebird.
Oh, cool. You don't see them very often.
That's the cheap on petrol, so that's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What year is it?
2004.
Oh, so that's got the 2-liter out of the Pulsar in it.
Yeah, it's got nice white interior.
Yeah. That's got that 2-liter 105 kilowatt engine. It's really, really nice to drive.
Yeah, not a bad car.
Sorry, yeah, not a bad car. Oh wow, because the roads in New Zealand are really nice. They're
Besides the potholes.
besides the potholes. Oh geez. Oh, very cool. Very cool. So, I think that's probably your other hobbies.
I'd
Yeah,
say that's
about
another
it.
hobby, yeah. Are there any other cars before we move on?
I think that's all at the moment.
I am
At the
interested in
moment.
I'm interested in the B6. The B4, sorry. So send me some pictures.
Yeah, I shall.
Oh, very cool. Very cool. Pete, did you want to ask a
Community question?
question? Yeah.
Yeah, sure. I've got a question from myself. It's a double question. How are you so good
Oh,
at time attack? And what is your favorite cheese?
my favorite time attack.
Almost. How are you so good at time attack?
Oh, I got them mixed
Jumbled.
up.
Yeah.
Practice.
Practice makes progress.
Yeah,
Yes,
spend a lot
definitely.
of time on the tracks, and you'll be a professional.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And favorite cheese?
I do not like cheese.
So your favorite cheese is no cheese.
Sometimes I have a cheeseburger, but not for the cheese.
Yeah.
So that is the opposite. That is the opposite of the I like all cheeses.
Mhm.
So I
Yeah.
think we need to make Codak a special
I don't like cheese roll.
I don't like cheese roll.
Fair enough.
So we'll set that up for you. We'll set that up for you. Alrighty. Well, I've got to ask a question from Muzz. He's curious about your abilities, and he's asked the question: how many gems would you usually use on the daily cup per day?
Well, it all depends on how many other people are getting good times, really.
Mm-hmm.
I could set a fast time with just 1 or 2 gems, but to stay at the top, you got to play 100 times.
Yeah. So that's 10 gems already. Oh, very cool.
Sometimes I like to try and get the best run possible.
Going
Would
for
use a few more.
going for a world record type thing.
Yeah, or seeing how fast, seeing how low I could take it with no parts.
Yeah, fair enough. Part of that question is probably from Toretto. He's already asked the question who came second. We already know who came second. But he's also says, how much time would you play the daily comp per day?
Probably 1 or 2 hours
Okay. Yeah, cool. No, very cool.
after work. Not much.
Mhm.
Yeah, usually I wake up and I'll be in 2nd or 3rd place, so
Yep.
Mhm.
only get a couple tries in the morning, and then at
Yep.
goes on to the next vehicle.
Just quickly, while we're talking about waking up in the morning for work, what time do you wake up in the mornings?
If I wake up on time, then I'll say 5:45.
You get a sleep in.
Oh,
Uh,
that's still early enough for most.
yeah.
I'm just going
Yeah.
to bed at that time.
Yeah, but you're nocturnal. You're a rabbit.
Yeah.
Yes. JR, your question?
Yeah, I have a question here from Notorious, and he would like to ask if you could create your own daily tournament like the Baldur Cup, what would it consist of?
The Codak Cup would be purely no parts.
I would give that one a go.
I reckon we should do that next.
How
Nubis?
many vehicles?
I think we should keep the same format.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
14 tracks.
No parts. And don't have the mono wheel.
Oh, the
And not the
mono wheel.
Moonlander either.
No, the Moonlander's good. Especially with no parts. The Moonlander's good.
Yeah, because that comes with a part included. You get
Yeah.
thrusters for free.
And you get the rocket
Little
effect
the pop
of landing
when you
on the
land
roof.
on the roof. Yeah.
Pete, your question?
Yes. I've got a question from Castaway Will. How tough was it for you to win the entire cup, the Boulder Cup?
Well, after this first round of parts and being in first place, I knew that I was going to win.
So not hard.
Well, I knew that I would win the no parts, so I was quite confident.
Yeah, no,
Awesome.
that is very cool. That is very cool.
Which half of the Boulder Cup do you prefer, parts or no parts? What's your favourite no parts vehicle?
Have to be no parts by a long shot.
Yep.
And the reason being that I feel with parts, especially when it's kangaroo setup, it's a bit unfair.
Mm.
You could just get
Agreed.
a random lucky bounce and no one could ever match that.
Yep.
And my favorite vehicle to play no parts daily would be probably the chopper or the tractor. Something
Oh,
difficult.
wow. Yeah, very interesting. I
Hmm.
wasn't expecting you to say that.
Me either.
Definitely not the tractor on the daily we just done though.
Yeah.
That was the 7-second track.
Hmm.
the downhill madness or something.
Yeah.
Downhill.
Yeah, very
Yeah.
nice.
Oh, very cool. Very cool. I'm going to ask a question from Ghost. Have you been listening to the podcast? And if so, who has been your favourite guest so far?
I'm gonna say Reese just because he's Reese. Gotta grease up to the boss man sometimes.
Mr. Fingersoft himself.
Yeah,
He
no,
was
that's
very
pretty
happy
cool.
with that remark.
I'll ask one of my questions. Do you have any pet peeves within the game?
Yeah, my biggest pet peeve of this whole entire game is the fact that you can't drive the beast fast in adventure. Breaks way too easily.
Yep.
Not very enjoyable.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah.
It's an interesting vehicle too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
definitely a beast.
Yep. Okay. Pete?
Yeah, I'm just going to have a little shout out to Goose. You've already answered this question, but he asked, why did you join AUSNZ? That's just because you wanted a little bit more competition between teammates. But I'm going to ask a question from Cascade. Do you plan on winning the Boulder Cup again? If you are, what win streak are you aiming for?
It's a good question. Well, the cup before this one, I missed a round and came second, I think it was. So technically
Was
on a 2-win streak, I'd say.
Was it close?
I'm
Close
pretty
second?
sure I would have won.
Oh, sucks.
It was a while ago now, but
Yep. Yeah.
I would like to go for a 5-win streak.
Oh, that's fighting words.
Mm-hmm.
I might have to come out of retirement and come 5th.
Has anyone won
Uh,
it twice in a row?
I don't know.
I'm not sure because there was. I'm trying to think. Back in the day, there was a few people that were really, really good, but there was always a bit of to and fro between the players. So
Yeah, it was between
I know
the
the boss
Swedish
always
power
won.
guys. They were usually pretty good.
yep,
The boss was always up there.
Yeah.
Yep. And then BG was up there. Dreddy was up there. Captain Undies was up there.
Yeah, Captain
Um,
Undies, he's really good at the
Yeah.
dailies.
He doesn't play as much
Mhm.
these days.
No, he doesn't play as much as more. So there was a whole lot of names. So you'd go out and you'd do really well, and then because the lead was changing, the winning person per round was always different. It made the scores even closer. I think the highest I ever got was 3rd, and a couple of people had pulled out, and that's the only reason I got that high. And yeah, it was just, I think there was like 5 or 6 points. I mean, Creepers used to be pretty good as well, and yeah, there was a whole Boulder used to be pretty good. So yeah, there was a whole raft of names. So it was kind of like you basically did your best to get as high as you could, and then you could drop 5 places by coming 8th. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Yeah, it was tight competitions.
Mm, mm. I have a question from Fiery. Where has it gone? He's asked, what is your least favorite adventure map?
Well, the one I avoid the most is probably City,
Okay.
purely for the fact that you can't have much fun on there
Yep. Yep.
unless you know the map off by heart.
Yeah. And there's a lot to learn in that place.
You need to know the map, otherwise.
Yep.
As opposed to maybe Desert Valley or countryside, you can just drive for 5-10 minutes without worrying.
Yep. And part of his question is also, is there anyone who inspires you or that you look up to in the HCR community?
Well, all the top adventurers.
Yep.
I don't know. I guess just to be back on the top of the leaderboard would be nice.
Do you speak with DeBell much?
We used to. I used to joke around that I would race him to certain milestones, but he always just beat me to them.
It sounds like him.
Yeah, fair enough. JR, your question?
Yes, a question here from GTR. Who is the best HCR2 player currently in AUSNZ?
I guess that depends if you mean
AUSNZP.
overall, time trials, adventure.
Or pick one for adventure and pick one for time trials.
Well,
Don't forget, I'm in your team, by the way. Just saying.
Not
Um,
Pete.
Extra Brady points.
well, I have to go for the team events. My pick's probably the cheese man.
Yep.
But you
He's
said you
always
didn't like cheese.
yeah. No, he's always
I'm
he's always
joking.
at the top.
Yeah,
And
always.
Yeah.
and if he's not up the top, he'll get a score in the last 5 minutes of the match, which is at the top.
Yep.
Time trials, probably the boss.
Forgot about him. Yeah, he was also quite amazing at getting pretty cool scores regularly.
Yeah, he's much better than me with kangaroo.
Yeah, he is.
Thanks, mate.
No, like he is really good at kangaroo. Not much better than you, just better in general.
Kangaroo.
And
That came out so wrong.
Don't worry, I'll edit it to make it sound even worse, Pete.
Excellent, as expected.
Pete, your question?
Yes, I've got a question from Donuts. In your opinion, what do you think has been the most disappointing update so far?
Probably the spoiler.
Oh, the spoiler.
I haven't actually used it at all.
I'm using it in the team event now on my alt account. On
For
the stay on the ground.
Oh yeah,
track.
I could see that making sense.
Yeah.
But it doesn't make you go further. It just keeps you on the ground.
Yeah, so it saves the meter.
The bum meter.
Yeah, okay.
That's what we call it. Drag meter.
Drag meter, yeah.
My most disappointing update so far would be the scoring system, the updated scoring system.
Yeah. That's a whole episode on its own, Pete.
Mm-hmm.
Is that because you're struggling to get 15,000 or?
No, I've got a 15,000 or two. It's just, it seems inconsistent.
Yeah, sometimes it's impossible, and other times you can only get low scores.
Yeah, but you see, even if 15k is attainable in one of the tracks, guaranteed there's another track you'll only get a K.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe two if you're lucky.
Yeah.
Like the wheelie on the last event.
Yeah, like the wheelie on the last event. It was like, nah.
Do you reckon that's what Andy was doing?
More than likely.
Yeah.
Yeah, more than likely. More than likely, that's what he was doing. I have a question from Cap A. He's got a fair few questions, and I really like his questions. I might just ask a couple. How many breaks during work did you take to make sure you were winning the daily competition?
I got pretty lucky, really. I remember one of the days I had no time because I was busy at work, and I'm pretty sure I got the best time in about 2 or 3 tries.
Oh wow!
Do you know what that is? That's skill.
Or luck.
You see, Pete's trying to backpedal here.
Attempting to,
Yes.
making up for my
Yeah.
my faux pas before.
What are you trying to get brownie points for?
Oh, because
Nothing.
he
I was
said
just
He said the boss was a better jump shot player.
Yes,
See,
he did.
Eva knew where I was going.
I knew exactly where you were going. Oh no, that's all right. I'm just giving Pete shit because I can.
Because why
Um,
not?
Because why not? Yeah.
Mhm.
He also asked which person do you think was the biggest competition to you during the daily? But do you think it was just Toretto, or do you think there was some other people as well?
Definitely would have been the boss if he had played the whole competition.
Yep. Okay.
He was, we were neck and neck until no parts started, pretty much.
Okay.
And that's
then
where
he
you
stopped
took
playing.
off.
Yeah, he just didn't play no parts.
Oh, okay.
I don't understand why people do that. No
Well,
parts is so much
he was
fun.
facing Codak.
No
Maybe.
parts is actually a lot of fun. So it's a different kind of challenge.
Yeah. Maybe we need to ask him that question in a podcast episode.
When we get him on. Yeah.
Yes.
Is he next?
Oh, I don't know about next, but just it'd be nice to hear his rebuttal. Anyway, alrighty. Well, I think we've reached that time. JR, are you ready for Never Have I Ever?
I am ready. So, Kodak, we have a quiz on the podcast for all the guests. This is the Never Have I Ever HillClimb Racing Edition. It is 1 point for each one that you have never done before. Okay? Are you ready? Okay.
Yep.
So here's the first question. Have you ever reached the maximum GP?
No, but I will soon.
Yeah, so no, the answer is no. Next question. Have you ever achieved the maximum 15K score in a track?
Yes.
Yes, you have. Next question. Have you ever finished the road to legendary?
Yes.
I don't even need to answer that.
Yes, yes, of
You got
course you
You
have.
got a million cup points once.
And
But
that's
we needed the
enough.
answer. Yes. Okay.
Yes.
Next question. Have you ever started your own team?
I think I did just for a laugh, but I never
Mhm, mhm.
recruited
So still,
people.
oh yeah. So still a yes.
Yes.
Yep. Next question. Have you ever spent real money in the game?
Yes.
Yes, you have. Have you ever participated in any HCR2 tournament?
Yes, the Daily Cup.
Yes. Have you ever thought of giving up playing the game?
Definitely not.
Okay.
No.
Have you ever posted a suggestion in the Fingersoft server?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Have you ever reported a cheater to the Fair Play server?
No, I haven't.
No, you haven't. Have you ever had your account flagged for cheating?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay, so it's a no. Have you ever been banned in any HCR or the Fingersoft server?
No.
No. And the last question, have you ever done a face reveal on any Discord server?
No.
No, you haven't. Okay.
Okay. So that's the end of the quiz. There's 12 questions.
Mm-hmm.
It's scored based on the smaller number being the better. Hulk's the last episode was a rip snorter and got only 2 points, 2 nevers. Unfortunately, you are at 6 nevers, which is the same as JR and Pete for this series of questions. So unfortunately, you win nothing.
You
But
don't even get a
if,
special roll.
and if you had won something, you would have got nothing anyway. So don't feel underprivileged or not so special. And we are going to give you the not cheese roll.
The not cheese roll.
Yeah, we're going to give you the not cheese roll because you said you don't like any cheese. So
Yes. If it's going to be the roll, I hope the roll has no cheese in it.
there's no cheese in the roll. That's right. Yep, it's the
Yes.
no cheese roll. And when you see the no cheese roll, you'll get what we mean. It is actually no cheese ROLL. So it is a roll. It's like a not roll, but with
But
no
it's
cheese.
not a roll.
And it's got no cheese. So it's just a bit of fun. We really appreciate you taking the time out to play the quiz because it is just a bit of fun. It's we poke a bit of a joke about the way we play the game and all that sort of stuff. So really appreciate that.
It was a bit hard to do the quiz without elaborating.
Yeah, well, it's pretty much just quick question and answer type stuff. It's not. We're not trying to make it too in depth because it's just a bit of fun.
Mm-hmm.
That brings us to the end of the podcast, and this is where we allow you to, give some shout outs to some of your friends or some of your teammates or some of the other people around and all that sort of stuff. So by all means, give your shout outs.
Shout out to you guys
Oh, thank you.
for having me on the podcast and for creating the Codak Cup.
We will do the Codak Cup.
Awesome.
Awesome. Well, I wanted to say thank you for spending some time with us. Congratulations again on winning the Baldur Cup. And I wanted to say thanks for spending some time with us, getting to know a bit about you. And personally, I wanted to say thanks for some of the lines you've given me through some of those short tracks with no parts have been amazing. So keep it up, keep playing the way you play, and look forward to playing the Codak Cup and trying to beat you.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Been playing that track you made the whole entire time.
Do I need to go back? Have you gone even faster? Oh, here we
I'm
go. Let me
getting
have a look.
close.
Let me go. Are you getting podcasts? Here we go. All time. Oh, 1 minute 436.
Yeah, I'm trying
Yeah.
different vehicles.
Yeah, I've seen you've also done a 101 with the rally car. Oh, very interesting. 1 minute
Have you
436.
tried the Super Diesel yet?
Yeah, I gave that a couple goes. It's not as easy.
Oh, really? I thought that was the easiest one.
No, I think he's hit it with the muscle car. The muscle car's got enough grip and go and all that sort of stuff. All right. Well, I'll record your best effort tomorrow morning, just to be
Yes,
sure.
please.
I'm just waiting for somebody to beat my monowheel attempt.
I'll record. I've already got a recording of your muscle car doing a minute flat. So I look forward to seeing what you've done in the morning. Please don't waste more than an hour or so on it. But I do want to see Codak on the top of the leaderboard for this track. So it'll be good if we can keep you there.
No worries, I'll do my part.
Excellent.
Excellent. All right, JR and Pete. Thanks for your time as well.
Shoutouts?
Yeah, your shoutouts.
Did Codak have any shoutouts for anyone?
Nah, it's all good.
All good. Well, I just want to give a quick shout out to Nubs for collaborating with us and getting the daily competition winner onto the podcast. I think that was a fantastic idea, and I'm glad it happened.
Thank you very much. Yep, thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Nubs.
Bob.
Yeah, Bob. Bongus Bobbus.
And JR?
I would like to thank you, Kodak, for coming on the podcast, and thank you to all our listeners for bringing in their questions for for the podcast, of course. And a shout out to Eva, who's going to celebrate his birthday soon. Happy
Oh,
Happy
birthday
birthday to
no.
you.
to you.
Happy birthday
Happy
to you.
birthday to you.
Happy
Happy birthday, happy
Happy
birthday,
birthday to
happy
you.
birthday, Eva. Woohoo!
Uh, I am now going to make that sound perfect.
No, you don't.
Seriously, happy birthday, Eva. Thank you for all you do for the podcast, and thank you for all you do for the three of us. We love you so much. It's been 2 years
Yeah, it's.
on
I
October
was in
for the
October.
podcast.
I did some cleanup of files over the last 2 weeks. Renaming folders and all that sort of stuff. And I went back and found it was next month is 2 years. So
Yeah.
we might have a very special 2-year episode coming up. We will keep you posted.
Yes.
We'll keep you posted. We've got some very big ideas coming. Let's watch this space, because it's going to be pretty amazing if we can get this to work. So watch this space. Now, lastly, before I go, if you are listening and you've gotten this far, please like and subscribe. It means that we can reach more people who can also appreciate the amazing work we do, and our amazing hosts and guests. So thanks everybody for listening. It's good night from me.
Roger that. Roger that.
I was hoping everyone else
I'll
would
just
say,
sit here in
and good
awkward
night from me
silence as I
too.
do. Right.
Yeah, awkward
Thank
silence.
you. Bye.
So good night, everybody.
Good night.
Have a wonderful week. Enjoy the podcast.
And see you all
Bye, everybody.